The Fed is raising the interest rate this week, and we are going to tell you why that's a good thing.
We're actually bringing out some truths, peel back the layers of all this fluff.
Shining the light on this industry as a whole.
Maybe you should stay away from it.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Estate Raw and Uncut. This is episode 141. I'm Byron Lazine. He is Tim Barre.
What's happening?
What's going on? We got Brittany here when we're recording. Brittany's going to be looking for like that perfect opportunity for the Instagram clip while we record.
I think that was a command.
Well, not a command, but a subliminal command, I guess.
Gotcha.
We're going to get into interest rates. The Fed is raising the rate again this week. Signs of a positive economy. We're going to take the approach of this being a good thing because
That's a great thing.
right? It is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Why is it a good thing?
Well, the first thing is it shows that our economy is actually heading in the right direction. With the Fed planning on a potential of inflation of 2% this year, it means we're on the right track. And they've had a hard time in the past doing this. Every time they make a change, they have to pull back.
Well, I remember 4 years ago, they wanted to do it, couldn't do it. You know, talking back in 2012 time frame, there was this, we've got to get the interest rates up to get the economy moving. They could never do it.
That's right. Well, there wasn't enough gas in the tank.
Right.
You know, so now what we're seeing is, you know, with people believing that the interest rates or knowing that the interest rates are going to be going up, those people that are sitting on the fence who have maybe been renting, who have been thinking of purchasing, but just haven't had that push, are going to be getting the push.
That's a great, like if you're renting and it's costing you $1,500 right now, and you're looking at, well, geez, there's a home in a price range that I can afford that's going, you know, the mortgage, taxes, insurance, everything is going to be, I'm going to be all in for $1,300. Right now, in this current landscape, fast forward a year, if the rates keep raising, you're going to be right back to your rent payment for your mortgage payment at $1,500.
You got it.
That $200 is going to get erased.
So another one that top of mind for me is, have you ever gone to the bank and wanted, you know, in the past you could go to a bank, let's say you have $50K and you want to put it in there in an interest-bearing account. What are they going to give you right now? I mean, your money is worthless.
I was just having a conversation with my father Saturday night talking about investments, talking about Snapchat IPO.
Did you get in on it?
I jumped on it. Just for full disclosure, I jumped in after the week after the IPO. I think I got in at 22 bones. So we'll look back on this and see if I was a winner or a loser. But we're talking about investments, and he said that. He said, you know, back in my day,
6%.
He said 7%.
Yeah,
He said
7%.
Everybody would rush to the bank to put their money in savings because you get 7%. You know, we were talking
Compounded. I mean, that's huge.
We were talking about life insurance and cash value and where can you put your money today. It certainly isn't the banks. It certainly isn't a savings account.
Well, but if interest rates tick up, all of a sudden you start getting a higher return on your CDs and, you know, in some of your other investments. And think about what that does for those people that have retired and they're basing their retirement on a fixed income that's coming in, and interest, the interest that's being drawn from that.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely huge, and we need it.
My fear with a lot of the retirees right now in this country is that the stock market's been so good, it's been so juicy the last few years that they're like, their money's in the stocks, and maybe they're taking a little bit more risk than they used to because they've been getting 14% on their portfolio, they've been getting whatever.
Yeah, but I think that this is going to bring about a normalization of the stock market where it goes back to the fundamentals of what really counts. Because right now it's like,
I think the fundamentals on our stock market is boom,
yeah,
boom,
well, they aren't any,
boom,
right? I mean, you don't even look. I mean, but I think as interest rates tick up, it's going to drive that home. You know, I think it's something that has to be done. So that's
which
another
would be
positive.
a decline, though.
Correct.
It would have to decline. The stock market would have to decline. To your point,
correct. It would have to adjust,
and that's where
which I think is a pro.
I think it's a pro, but not for those retirees. If we're talking about retirees,
well, if they're in mutual funds, if they're in, if they're diversified, then that's still okay.
Yeah.
Because they take, the all-weather approach.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are like, they've been making out so good on the stocks and the
Time to
trade.
get out.
Right, it's time.
Time to bail.
I think it's time. So, going back to real estate, right? The buyers, to your point, they're going to get off the fence. They're going to maybe start to buy. What does this do to sales prices?
Well, sales prices have to come down.
Right.
Right? But here's the other thing. I say that, but I'm going to hedge it because right now you go out and you're working with banks, and the banks are so hesitant. They're like, hey, give me 2 W-2s, W-9s. They go back and they recheck your information. Yeah. So they're very scared. They're nervous. As interest rates tick up, they're going to have a greater incentive to loan money, right? Because they're going to make more. So it's the reverse approach. You got to look at this from the bank's approach as well. As I think it's a positive thing from the bank's perspective as well, because they're in business to make money. And right now, they're not making any.
Yeah, no doubt. I think if you're coming at it from the real estate agent side, interest rates are high, they're low, they're average, whatever they are, there's going to be deals no matter what.
That's right.
Right? So it's going to be your job to go out and help serve the customer to their best of their ability. I was on Twitter the other day, and somebody proposed a question, is it right for you to actually buy? And I chimed in, I said, I'm so glad that you're presenting that question. It's something that we do with my team all the time. It's not always the right decision to buy.
No.
So if interest rates went up to 10% and somebody was going to be here for maybe 3 years, well, ding, 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 it's probably going to, when we run the numbers, going to be a rent indicator. You should be renting.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't care what the rates are. It's always an individual question of
Absolutely.
What is your situation? What's your long-term view? What town do you want to be in? All those different dynamics.
What's your PITI if you were to purchase versus what's it cost to rent a similar property? What are your closing costs, your term? I mean, there's so many variables that we can get into. We'd love to help people.
Lifestyle has a huge impact on that. It's the one thing that kind of muddies the waters in residential real estate is the emotions of it all.
How do you put a price on that?
How do you put a price on that? How do you put a price on well, everybody's told me my whole life, I've got to own, I've got to own, I've got to own. Those are big conversations that not enough real estate professionals are having. I implore everybody out there that is a broker or an agent to have those conversations, because going out and every time someone asks you, is it the right time to buy? If your answer is yes in 2008, in 2013, 2017, 2020,
you're doing your client a disservice.
You're a bozo. Come on now, right? It's, hey, let me ask you, what are you looking to do? How long are you looking to stay in this house? Get more information.
What's your objective?
What's your objective so that you can actually ultimately help them get to the place they want to be?
That's a whole nother show.
Right, and put them in we're kind of veering off the tracks, but
that's the next one. Let's do that one next.
Let's tighten it up. We have a tendency of let's tighten it up here.
Get it right?
Interest rates going up. You think it's a positive?
I think it's a positive.
Do you think, though, we're sitting in 2017, if you're going to buy this year, you do it first half of the year or second half of the year?
Well, here's the thing. I actually say second half of the year. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because I think the projected inventories are going to skyrocket.
And you're going to have more options.
Which you're going to have more options, but more supply is going to mean less demand. Prices have to come back. So right now, everybody that's out there, inventory is so low, you're paying a premium.
So you think as the interest rates tick up, that 0.25%, 0.5% is going to mean less because the sales prices are going to pull back?
I think it's going to take 6 months to a year to actually see that take place. I don't think it's going to happen immediately.
Okay.
I think that it's going to take some time. It's not liquid, right? So it's going to take 6 months. So I think the second half of the year, you're in a better spot.
Fall.
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's going to be a good fall.
Come back. We're making more predictions next week. See ya.